like you're a rat, like I made you. When I was angry like that, that would have, but now
You've moved on.
I feel nothing. Yeah.
That's good. That means you moved on. Bella Thorne wrote a song about you called Stupid Fucking Bitch.
Oh my God.
Fucking give that girl a Grammy.
Oh my God.
Give that girl a Grammy.
She did not mince words at all.
She hired a girl in the music video who looked like me. I filmed a reaction video to it, which I think equated maybe in views to her song. I don't even know, which made me feel better.
I don't know about all this.
Yeah, it's a banger. Oh my God, that was the time.
Was that a hateful thing she did, or was she being cheeky? Like, what was it?
It was kind of cheeky. Like some of the words were like, "You're stupid," but I don't remember. You know what I mean? Like you're a stupid fucking bitch. Like I hate that I loved you. It was like kind of.
What did you?
Air of it.
What happened?
What?
Why did she hate you so much?
It's a long story, but it's basically like I started dating her. And it was right as I was kind of moving out here, like, and I credit so much of my like fame and success to her. She was my first like break into the mainstream world, and she taught me so much, whatever. But we were dating, and then a couple months into us kind of dating or whatever it was, she brought in this guy, Mod Sun, this singer. She started just dating him. He was around all the time, and it was very much an environment of it felt like we were like competing for her.
You were in an open thing with her, but then it got weird.
Yeah, and then the narrative in the press all of a sudden was thruple. They're in a thruple. They're all dating, whatever. Pretty much the entire time. So this was like a year of this, where it was just like I was dating Bella and so was he.
And it wasn't true.
And then like we both were just dating her, and then eventually we became friends through that.
But you guys were never together.
Well, at that time, no.
Oh,
so then,
okay, we're getting, okay.
So then
I see what
we were both just dating her, and for a while, we really didn't get along. It was like, who's getting her the better fucking Valentine's Day gift? And oh my God, we have to do a matching costume, and fuck this, and whatever. But it was what she wanted, and we both wanted to
It's almost like a Mormon, it reminds me of like the Mormon reality shows I've seen where they like live out in the middle
but
of...
just a fucked up weird LA stoner version where like, no one showers. I shower now, I'm reformed. But
Really? What's the longest you've gone without a shower? Like genuinely curious.
I don't actually know the specific
We
time.
talking like 5+ days?
Have you ever been, probably, yeah. Have you ever been so depressed where you just, I don't even, you know what I mean? You're rotting in a bed and you don't.
I've been very depressed, but I don't think I've gone more than 3 days without a shower. That's my max.
That's really good. I've been suicidal depressed where I just didn't leave a bed for like probably like 6 days. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Yeah.
But I feel I'm particularly greasy. Like
I feel like
3
I'm
days.
particularly not. Like I don't, the internet disagrees. But so basically towards the very end, Bella, like Mod Sun and I were vibing a lot more. Cause like I felt like me and Bella were on the outs. Him and Bella were definitely on the outs. So it was kind of like, oh my God, she's so fucking, you know what I mean? We were bonding over that. And then him and her broke up before, or no, her and I broke up before him and her broke up. Or I was dating the Brad, because I was also open with it too. I was dating Justin Bieber guy. Eventually got so serious, and Bella and I were just fighting all the time, and we were trying to mix business and work. It wasn't working. We broke up. And then a couple months later, whatever, her and Mod Sun break up. And then Mod Sun and I just bond. We click. We're like, fuck this past 2 years of our life. We started hanging out a lot. I was in my music making era, so he was also helping me with all of this music shit. So I was spending a lot of time with him. Eventually, him and I start dating. And which is such a, you'd think we would have just done it then. You know what I mean? Like in our throuple situation, but we didn't. And then she was very much so angry. Girl code, how could you?
Girl code, that's funny because you...
And that was my standpoint. Yeah. I'm like, girl code, bitch, you just made me fucking look like I was dating him for the last fucking 2 years. And you were fine with it when it was
interesting
in your world with your control, but now you hate it because we broke up with you and we don't like you. And that's what it felt like. And we just went back and forth. And it was all online and it was so messy. And yeah, but then, I mean, eventually we both grew a lot and just kind of let bygones be bygones. We both said and did a lot of mean shit. And, you know, we were young and it was stupid.
Was there any weird or awkward? I can imagine when you have two people dating the same girl, and were you guys over like in the same house together a lot? And would she ever like go with him and hook up and you're like sitting on the couch, like shit like that? Or I just imagine like all these awkward situations.
Like, yes and no. It was never awkward though. Like we were all very close. So we'd just be like chilling. Like there were always other people around that we'd all just be like hanging out with, or I'd just be with them. It's not like they were like whatever, just like leave to go fuck, I guess. Or if they did, it'd be like we're all with our friends and then they'd come back like 20 minutes later, like, you know what I mean? And I'd be like, oh, cool. Like it didn't, I was in my just very open, wild LA dating crazy era. So it wasn't like there was so much, like I wasn't frustrated with that, I guess, like at all. It didn't really like bother me.
So growing up as kind of like a parentless hooligan in Vegas, what kind of trouble did you get yourself into?
Everything. I was banned from like half of the strip by the time I was 18.
For just being like drunk?
Being underage, being drunk. I sold drugs like for money for like a big, not a big portion, just like a portion of life. I was just reckless in every way.
What kind of drugs were you selling?
All of them.
Anything?
Yeah.
So you would go to like your dealer and just whatever they had you would buy? Like,
or like I just like had a lot of friends who were caught up in the same world. So it became so normal. You know what I mean? Like that was like a way. And at that, you know what I mean? Like I wasn't getting financial help in any way. I dropped out. Like you feel like this is the only way I'm gonna make ends meet right now, I guess. And I was never like a mass drug dealer. I was never like, you know what I mean? Like it was just like a here and there thing for.
Where would you sell to like people who came by? Were you like on
people I knew?
Yeah, people you knew.
Just friends that I knew. Yeah. But that also, I guess, would extend, you know, friend of a friend. But yeah, you had to make ends meet.
So you're banned from the strip, you're selling drugs.
Oh my God, yeah. Being awful. Like just being like 16, hooking up with like fucking awful. Just
nasty.
Or just way older. Like just, you know what I mean? Just awful decisions in every regard. And moving to LA was so amazing. Like, I say this all the time, you know what I mean? This lifestyle like saved my life. This job, this career path, this journey absolutely saved me in my life from like fucking everything. So I thank God I was able to get out of it before it was not, you know, because I could write it off. It's like I was just young and dumb and it was an era. And like, you know, like thank God, but people get caught up in that and that becomes people's actual life. So
yeah, definitely.
I'm very lucky.
Were you always like a funny, kind of like charismatic person where you're like, I maybe can turn this into a career? Like, what made you think that? Honestly,
yeah. I think it takes a small bout of narcissism in any regard to put on a camera and think I'm going to film myself and put this on the internet and people might enjoy it, I guess, right? But I've always just been crazy, loud, wild, saying whatever is on my mind. And I accredit that almost to no one ever telling me like that's wrong, I guess, right?